You hear the scream before you hear the world. It cuts through the eggshell like lightning through silence, piercing, raw, final. The vibration rattles your fluid chamber. You don't understand the meaning, but something in your blood does. It's not just a cry. It is the end of something. The shell splits. Light floods in. No, not light. Flashes. The world outside is dark, soaked with storm. Wind howls through the twisted mouth of a shallow cave nestled in the rocky outskirts of the Kanto region. Lightning arcs across the sky, and for a fraction of a second, you see it. A tall, still silhouette. It blocks the entrance to your cave. You were hatched in a low cavern beneath a ridge of craggy stone and tangled roots. A quiet place. A hiding place. Somewhere the rock stays warm from the day's heat, and predators seldom roam. But you are alone, until the figure steps closer. It's her, your mother. She's limping, bleeding. Her bone club drags behind her, cracked and chipped. Part of her skull is missing. Her tail twitches once, then stills, and in her other hand, she clutches something. A leg, feathered, scaled. A cruel hooked talon hangs from its end. You don't recognize it, not yet. She kneels, gently, impossibly gently. She presses her wide palm against your soft cheek. You lean into it, because it's all you know how to do. Then she turns. She doesn't fall, she sinks into the wall of the cave. Her back slides against the stone. Her chest rises, falls, rises, stops. You do not cry, you do not call out. You simply sit and begin your life as a Cubone. You are small, barely 1 foot 4 inches tall. You weigh about 14 pounds, light enough to hide, heavy enough to be prey. Your skin is leathery and thin. Your limbs wobble beneath you. Your eyes adjust slowly to the dim light, but your ears catch everything. Water dripping, wind scraping rock, the occasional distant screech that sends you flinching back into shadow. You were not born into a clan. There are no fathers, no siblings, just her. And now, just you. Cubone are not made for speed. You have no venom, no claws, no camouflage. You are not a hunter. You are prey that learns. You stay close to her body, curl up beside her belly, as if pretending long enough will make her warmth return. When the night grows cold, her frame blocks the wind. When the rain falls, her limbs shelter your tiny form. It's not comfort, it's instinct. Days pass, you grow hungry. You nibble the moss that clings to the stone. You chew on bits of root. It's not enough. Your belly grumbles in the silence. Eventually, hunger forces you to explore. One morning, you venture past the cave mouth. The world opens in jagged steps, rocky ridges, cracked soil, the stubborn shrubs clinging to life. You keep low. You sniff the air. You feel the heat of the midday stone on your pads. The sun hurts your eyes, but you push forward. You find berries growing near the cave entrance, shielded by thorny bushes. Small, tough, bitter. You pick the softest ones. You scratch your snout trying to get them. You trip, fall, but you return with your prize. You drop the berries near her mouth. You wait. You eat beside her. Day after day. Each time feels like it might be the last. You mark the passing of time not by sunrises, but by the scent of rot. You watch her body change. Her eyes sink in. Her scent changes. Sweet to sour. Warm to hollow. You remove the skull she was wearing, and underneath, her true skull remains. Clean, pale, solid. You take it, trembling. You lower it onto your head. The world becomes narrower, more focused, more bearable. Her voice is gone, but in here, you can still hear the echo of that scream, and it doesn't fit. At first, it wobbles, shifts with every movement, but it smells like her, and so you wear it. Each day, the fit improves. Each day, the weight feels less foreign. It becomes your second skin, your second mother, and in the absence of her voice, it becomes the only sound you trust. And you cry. You cry when you search for food, when you eat, sometimes even as you dream. The skull vibrates with your sobs, producing a plaintive, mournful sound that echoes across the canyons and cliffs of Kanto. On the night of a full moon, the cries grow worse, louder, sharper. Something inside you howls back at sky. You do not know why the moon hurts, but you feel her in it, and you cry. Crying makes you feel better, but it also makes you hunted, because your sound carries. Your grief has a frequency, and it calls to something older, crueler, patient. Mandibuzz. Little did you know, but a Cubone's cry attracts Mandibuzz, your natural predator. She hears your sobs and comes looking for you with brown feathers like daggers and eyes like cold knives. You do not know it yet, but she has already taken from you, and she'll try again, because Mandibuzz is a predator of the grieving. And you, Cubone, are a siren of sorrow, but luckily this time, you are not found. One day, you start to train. You break twigs and sharpen sticks into mock weapons, then a branch, then bone. Driven by instinct, you find the leg your mother dragged home. You don't recognize it, but something about it chills you. You lash it against stone. It holds. You sand its edge against jagged rock. You balance it. It becomes yours. Not a toy, a weapon. You practice your swing against bark and stone. Your arms grow stronger, your grip tighter, your instincts sharper. You swing it every morning. You practice every night. You hunt, not to kill, not yet, to learn, to feel the rhythm, the timing. After crafting your weapon, you wander farther from the cave with each sunrise. The rocky flatlands stretch for miles, cracked and broken like the ribs of the world. You move by instinct, quiet, careful. You begin tracking movement. Tiny paws in the sand, the glint of eyes under cover of brush, distant flapping overhead. You watch other Pokémon from afar. Sandshrew burrowing in the dry soil, Graveler bashing their heads together on the ridge, a lone Kangaskhan with her child. None notice you. You are a shadow, a whisper in bone. One afternoon, beneath a shelf of boulders, you find another Cubone. At first, you both freeze. Two small creatures, face to face, both hidden behind bone masks. You raise your club, he raises his. You watch each other, and then he tosses you a berry. It rolls. You stare at it. Then you eat. From then on, you meet there. No words, just shared food, shared shelter. You train together, swinging bones at trees, at air, at each other. You aren't alone anymore. One day, the friend brings you a smooth, polished pebble. You don't know why. You keep it anyway. You sleep better that night. Then one morning, they don't show. You wait, then wait longer. You follow their scent trail. It leads to feathers, blood, and a single deep gouge in the soil where something massive landed. A feather drifts down, brown feather, curved, a sharp edge. Familiar. You feel something inside you go still, and you bury the pebble where you met. Mandibuzz took something else from you. You wander again, but with no destination. Your grief is heavy, yet the world is still wide. One day, you find water, a pond, clear and quiet. Tucked between boulders and mossy logs, it reflects the clouds and sky like glass. Here, the wind doesn't scream. The sun rests soft on the stone. You sit beside it and say nothing. Then a splash. You spin round, bone raised, but it's only a squirtle. Then another, then another. They don't flinch. They don't challenge. They laugh. One paddles over and offers you a berry. Another tosses a Magikarp on your lap. For a moment, you forget to be afraid, just confused. For a while, you return every day to drink. You don't fight. You don't cry. You just live. The Squirtles show you how to skip stones, how to nap on flat rocks warmed by the sun, how to smile. You meet another Cubone who wanders in, scarred but smiling. He nods once, and that's enough. You sleep easier now. The dreams still come, but they hurt less. You wonder if maybe it's time to let go. Maybe Mandibuzz was just surviving. Maybe you survived long enough to stop grieving. You think maybe you can forgive. Then one night, the air shifts. You wake to screams, flapping, splashes. You run. There's blood in the water. A Squirtle shell drifts to the edge, crack empty. You find the other Cubone, still bent, the skull mask torn from their face, and then you hear it. Wings, massive, slow, deliberate, a shape circles above. You hide beneath a rock. Your skull mask amplifies the sound, beats like thunder, feathers cutting the air. The creature lands. Far above, its silhouette looms in the moonlight, vulture-like, monstrous, Mandibuzz. One leg, only one. You know that leg. You don't scream. You remember. And you pick up your club. You track her. You are no longer small, no longer helpless. Every scent, every footprint, every curl of feather snagged on thorn leads you. You follow her through ravines, across plains, through wind and rain and heat. You swing your club harder each day. You train again with trees. You strike stone until your palms bleed. Each night, you stare at the moon, not to cry, to prepare. You don't sleep. You don't smile. Then the storm comes, same as the night your mum was murdered, the night you were born. You see her ahead, nesting in bones. Bones of others like you, of your mother, of your friend. The club rests in your hands. Your breath is calm. Mandibuzz scans the terrain. Her beak clicks. Her gaze drags across the stones, the bushes, the bones. She stops. She sees you. You step forward, no longer trembling, eyes determined, and you charge forward. She smirks. She swoops with her good talon raised. Fast, too fast. You roll beneath her. Mud and water spray up. Your club strikes her wing, and she crashes on the ground. She screams, not the scream of a predator, a mistake. She underestimated you. She turns, snapping her beak. You leap again. She clips your leg. You tumble. The rain hits your mask in heavy, rhythmic thuds. You rise. She's slower now, heavier, but brutal. She attacks at your head, but your mother's skull protects you. She lunges. You roll. She circles back. But this time, you leap. Club overhead, channeling every memory of every lonely night, every hollow meal, every cold morning spent curled around a corpse that wouldn't answer. You swing again and again until the wing stops twitching, until her beak stops snapping, until her chest no longer rises and falls. Only rain. Everything ended in a matter of seconds. You head back home. You don't celebrate. You sit by the same wall your mother died against. You lean your club beside you. It's heavier now, not with blood, with memory. The skull on your head still smells faintly of her. You press your hand to it. You don't take it off. You close your eyes, and for the first time, you hear silence. Not the absence of sound, the presence of peace. Then you rise. You walk to the cliffside, look down. The wind carries your scent away. You don't look back. You are no longer just a Cubone. You are the son of a warrior. You are a shadow of loss. You are her story, still moving, and you carry her with you, always.